So, Coach, before you started working with Omar, what were you doing for strength training?
Well, we had 1 year strength training with another guy, and we had some results. And now in this last 2-year period, because of Omar's dedication and his knowledge, we've been able to have significant increases in strength, and the specifics to basketball have been terrific.
Perfect.
I'll come in and watch him, and we'll talk about some areas kids are deficient in, and he's able to take something from the fitness strength area and be able to totally relate it to a weakness that a kid has. So he's specializing these workouts now that a kid who's here, not only is he going to get stronger, he's going to build up muscle mass, and he's going to be fitter, but he's also going to go after the weaknesses too, which is tremendous.
Perfect. Now, on the basketball court, what are the changes that you've seen in the players since they've been working with Omar?
Well, flexibility. You see, like kids now that our whole stretching program, everything is doing with stretching. The kids are more, they're livelier. We've been able to cut down on injury, and you always knock on wood with the injury because it's, when a basketball injury occurs, it's usually something that's going to keep it out for a while.
Right.
But we were very fortunate last year. He's been able to really build up kids. We were just checking the body weights, and our weight is up. The numbers of the kids that have left us, that are in college now, as the kids all call me and they're talking about their adjustment to college. Derek Williams, who graduated last year, is the strongest kid at the University of Richmond as a freshman.
Wow.
And Devon Collier, who's a freshman at Oregon State, who wasn't the greatest lifter we had and wasn't a great eater when this kid had the strength coach at Oregon State say to him a couple of weeks ago, someone has really worked with you. Your technique is really good. Now we've just got to work on, building up, getting weight on so we get stronger. So the kids know. The kids are off in college right now have had an advantage over their peers.
Do you see a little bit of a swagger with the kids when they after they're working with Omar?
Oh, there's no question. You know how a kid looks. You look in the mirror, you see a little tricep action, or somebody says, God forbid, somebody says something to you about, you're starting to get stronger. At this age, the sky's the limit because they're young and they have tremendous potential. But when somebody says to you, you're starting to look stronger, or yourself with the numbers you start to get. The kids last year, like Josh Brown and Jimmy Hall, started off doing 1 pull-up. And then by the end of the spring session, they were up doing, Josh was doing 8 or 9 perfect pull-ups. And Jimmy, who's got extremely long arms, was getting himself up to 3. But that's a big jump from doing 1 to doing, 8 or 9, or be a big kid who has got extremely long arms and being able to do 3. So that shows, how much of an increase even those guys had.
Now, I noticed when you were working with the kids in there before, you have a very high standard when you're working with these kids. How does that play into what you're doing with Omar?
It's when he's speaking, it's like I'm speaking. It's like if we were at practice and I had to go do something, one of the assistant coaches talking, that is like the head coach is talking. And I think that that is a part of this, but I think you also earn respect when the kids know that you know what you're doing and that you're firm with them, but you relate to them. He's traveled with the kids. He's specialized programs for them. When they've been involved in things, he's gone out to observe them. So he cares. And then one thing with kids is, kids don't mind if you push them as long as they know you care about them. And as long as they also know that you can help them. And they will see it. I mean, you can look in there. Somebody walks in here. If we could have had before and after pictures of this group starting last April and where we are now, and where they'll be, it's going to be a tremendous difference. It translates into everything that they do, how they feel about themselves, how they perform, how they handle obstacles. It's just terrific.
Now, for the kids that are looking to take their game or take their abilities to the next level, what can you say about Omar and his services? How can it help?
Well, it would be as close to getting someone taken right off a professional team. Like if you wanted to get somebody from the Nets or the Knicks, or get someone from Rutgers University, or somebody from the Giants or the Jets, that would give your child an opportunity to compete with anybody. You're getting as much from him right now as you get from anybody. And as people come in here and observe, and I listen to them talk about the things they do, they're so impressed with the program that the kids are involved in here, which is everything that he's tailored.
Awesome. Perfect.